The differing fuel strategies employed by the 43 teams at Pocono Raceway this past weekend saw cars rising and falling in position until ultimately the field seated itself out and cycled through. Now you're likely to see this same sort of backcalling as we head to the final road course race of the season at Watkins Glen International. Our first question this week comes from Bowyer Fan on Twitter, asking what are the significant changes that you're going to make for the 2015 season? Right now, we're grinding as we roll into the chase 5 races into it. We need to keep our nose to the grindstone and our eyes focused on our immediate goals to win races, putting both of our cars into the chase to compete for the 2014 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship. Both of our teams had a strong showing at our return to the Tricky Triangle. Clint Bowyer drove the number 15 RK Motors Camry to his 3rd top 5 and 9th top 10 finish of the season. And Brian Vickers in the number 55 Dream Machine was having a great day, driving up to 3rd place at times, until the restart on lap 124, when the number 11 car got sideways in front of Brian. Now when Brian tried to avoid the wreck, the car ended up sliding out from underneath him, ultimately causing a 13-car pileup. Now after work on this Camry in the garage, the number 55 Dream Team was just unable to fix the heavy damage that this car sustained. Jason Pilarski asks, as the season comes to an end and drivers are winless, what might you see their teams do that they might not normally? Well, what you're going to see in these upcoming weeks is teams being very aggressive, especially the teams without a win. They're trying to get that win and get that seat into the chase. So they're going to be much more risky with the gambles on the calls that they make. Such things like staying out when everybody else comes in, gambling on fuel mileage, and also you'll see these drivers attacking the racetracks much harder than they normally do, pushing them and their machines to the absolute limit. You can count on one hand the limited opportunities that the winless teams have left before the chase starts. Watkins Glen, Michigan, Bristol, Atlanta, and Richmond. It's go time. Lastly, Daniel Matzdorf was curious if crew members get tested for drugs and alcohol at the racetrack. Well, NASCAR is a very comprehensive testing program in accordance with their substance abuse policy. All competitors, drivers, crew chiefs, mechanics, all pit crewmen, officials, and everybody else that could directly affect the outcome of the race or others' safety at the racetrack are subject to weekly random drug testing. At just under 2.5 miles in length, Watkins Glen International is the next stop on our circuit as we attempt to take full advantage of the final road course race of the season.